Welcome to beautiful Playa Mujeres, Mexico. Playa Mujeres is just north of Cancun, Mexico. I'm so glad you could join me today. My name is Lori, and we'll be having a 30-minute flexibility and balance class. You might like a mat to stand on, and you'll need a chair or a counter or something that you can touch with one hand to help with your balance. You also might like to have a nice bottle of water close by to take a few sips of water during our class. Let's start out stepping the left foot forward so that the toes are coming to point towards the corner of your mat. And the back foot is resting on the mat with the toes pointed at a slight angle. Feeling all four corners of the feet pushing into the mat or the floor. The front knee is bent directly over the ankle. You can look down and make sure that you can see your toes. And then with the thumbs pointing up, extend the arms up to shoulder height. Take a big inhale here, and then as you exhale, lift the back arm into the air, bringing it towards the thumb of the extended arm. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time, reaching back, stretching through that arm, and then bringing the arm thumb first overhead to meet the opposite thumb. And then releasing both arms back to the side and stepping the back foot up to meet the front foot. Stepping your left foot back in that angled position. Bending the front knee, the toes are pointing towards the corner of the mat. So the back foot, the side is pointed towards the opposite corner. The toes are pointed towards the front corner of the mat. Extending the arms outward, shoulder height, thumbs come first. Feeling all four corners of both feet pushing into the mat. Feeling that strength in that back leg as you're pushing into that mat. Looking down at the front knee, making sure you can see those toes. Taking a big inhale. And then on the exhale, rising arm, thumb comes first overhead to meet the thumb of the opposite hand. Reaching back. And then reaching forward. Hand comes back. Arm comes forward. Hand comes back. And then reaches forward. One last time. Really reaching back behind you. And then really reaching forward. And then releasing the arms and stepping the feet together. Coming to our mountain pose. So in mountain pose, the feet are hip width apart. We feel all four corners of the feet pushing into the mat. The knees are over the ankles. The thigh muscles are pulling the kneecaps up. We're tightening those thigh muscles. The thigh muscles pull against the bone, strengthening the bone. The abdominal muscles are pulled in. We have a slightly forward tilt of the pelvis, yet keeping the hips in alignment with the knees. The shoulders are in alignment with the hips. The arms release away from the body. The fingers are spread wide and the thumbs are pointing upwards. Take a moment here, inhaling to the count of 4. Exhaling to the count of 4. Feeling the breath move throughout the body. And then once again, stepping that left foot back so the outside of the foot is angling towards that back corner of the mat. Toes of the front foot are pointing towards the opposite front corner of the mat. Thumbs first, rising the arms up to shoulder level, opening through the chest, really reaching through the arms. This time, take a big inhale and exhale, lowering the arm, bringing the palm of the left arm to meet the palm of the right arm. Then releasing the arm back downward, thumbs up, shoulder height, and then releasing, reaching with the left arm towards the palm of the opposite hand. Releasing, allowing the arm to stretch forward. One more time, releasing back, thumb up first. And then the palm comes towards the front fold. Hold here for a breath. And then releasing the arms, stepping the back foot up to meet the front foot, coming back to that nice mountain pose. Feeling the strength in your legs, pulling in those abdominal muscles. Thumbs are pointing upward, fingers are spread wide. Taking a full breath here. This time stepping back with the right foot, angling the outside of the right foot towards the back corner of your mat. The front knee is bent and the toes point towards the opposite front corner of the mat. Thumbs up, reaching the arms up towards shoulder height. Feeling equal weight in both feet. Taking a big inhale. And then exhale, releasing the arm, palm inward, reaching towards that front palm. And then releasing the arm back behind. Arm comes down, leading with the thumb to meet the palm of the opposite hand. Releasing the arm back. And then bringing the arm forward, working through that shoulder, releasing back, leading with that thumb, giving yourself a big thumbs up today for joining this class. One last time. And then releasing the arms along the side. Stepping the back foot up to meet the front foot, coming onto your mat and back to that mountain pose. Let's lift all 10 toes from the mat and attempt to slowly lower the little toe and then the next toe and then the third toe and then the second toe until the big toe is the last thing to come to rest on the mat. And then relaxing the feet onto the mat. Feeling all four corners of the feet pushing evenly into the mat. And then, if you'd like, finding something to hold on to for balance. And then lifting the heels and bending the knees and coming onto the balls of the feet. Maybe you can try releasing the hand from the balancing. Hold here for a breath. And then release the heels back towards the mat. Once again, you might want to hold onto the back of the chair, the counter, whatever you are using for your balancing today. And then lift both balls of the feet. And bending those knees, balancing this time on the heels of the feet. And then lowering the arch of the foot, and then the balls of the foot, and then the toes. We'll do that one more time, keeping those knees bent, lifting the heels, coming to balance on the balls of the feet. Maybe you can release the hand and balance here. Take a full breath. If you feel the wobbling, that's a good thing. That's your body working to maintain balance. And then release the heels back to the mat. Bringing the weight this time onto the heels as the toes lift, keeping those knees bent, and then lifting the balls of the feet, the arch of the feet from the mat, balancing this time on the heels. And then releasing the arch, the balls of the feet and the toes back to the mat. You may want to continue to hold on for balance. Bringing the weight onto the right foot. Feel how strong that right leg is. Feel that right foot just pushing into that mat. The abdominal muscles are pulled in. That helps create that nice tight core, helps with the balance. And then bringing the toe of the left foot just to rest on the mat next to the supporting leg. Feel free to grab on for balance. And then bending the knee, lifting the foot from the ground and pointing and flexing the foot. Feeling that nice stretch in the shin and the calf. Increasing that flexibility and mobility of the ankle and the foot that's so important for balance. And then maybe doing a rotation of the ankle, working through that ankle joint. And then reversing the direction, making that circle with the toes in the opposite direction. And then releasing the left foot back to the mat, finding that stability through the legs. Bringing the weight this time onto the left foot. Once again, finding that strength. Feel that leg and the foot pushing into the mat. Nice tight core, open chest. This time, lifting the right foot, just bringing the toe onto the mat. Maybe you can release here, hold here for a breath. Then bending the knee, lifting the foot from the mat, pointing and flexing the foot. If you're not holding on to your chair or counter or whatever it is you're using today, and you do fall out of the position, just feel free to come right back again. Test that balance. And then doing a rotation with the ankle, doing a big circle with the toes, and then reverse the direction. And then releasing that foot right back to the mat. Finding that nice hip width stance. Coming back to the mountain pose. Thumbs up, fingers wide, arms away from the body. Opening the chest. Pulling the shoulder blades together. Lifting all 10 toes from the mat. And then slowly lowering that little toe, and then the next toe, until you eventually release that big toe back onto the mat. Feeling all four corners of the feet. Pushing into the mat. Let's take a minute here to have a few sips of water. And then coming back to our mountain pose. Feeling the stability in the body. Inhaling to the count of 4 and exhaling to the count of 4. Thinking about how your body feels today. Relaxing any part of the body where you are experiencing any type of tightness. Once again, reaching for your balancing object, bringing the weight onto that right foot, pointing the toe of the left foot in front of you, and then pointing the toe out to the side, and then pointing the toe back behind, maybe releasing whatever you're holding here. Bringing the hand back before the foot comes once again out to the side and then back to the front. This time once again maybe releasing the hand. Finding that nice balance again. The toe comes out to the side and then it reaches straight behind the front foot. Once again, maybe releasing, trying to balance here. And then before you move, holding back onto your object. Toe comes out, toe comes forward. This time, bringing the toe back to meet the supporting foot. And then lifting the back leg behind you, and then releasing back to the mat. Toe comes to the center, and then lifting the leg, extending forward. Maybe you can let go here for a minute and balance. And then before the leg lowers, grabbing back on, bringing that toe to center, then lifting the leg, extending the leg, working through the upper leg, trying to keep the spine straight. So the lift of the leg is not very high. And then bringing the toe back to center. And then once again, extending the leg in front of you, pointing that toe. And then maybe releasing and holding here for a breath. And then before you move, grabbing on, lowering that foot back to meet the other foot. And let's just kind of rock from heel to toe here. And then we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So this time bringing the weight onto the left leg, left foot, pointing that right toe forward. Then taking that leg out to the side. And then stretching out behind, back to the side. Bringing the leg back to the front, then out to the side, and then back behind. Once again, out to the side, toe comes forward, toe reaches out to the side, and then toe comes back. Holding on here, balancing here. Then reaching out to the side. Last time, toe points forward. Maybe you can release and balance here. Take a big breath. Tighten that core. And then bringing the feet back beside each other. Bringing the weight onto one foot and then the other, just kind of rocking side to side, balancing on one foot and then the other. And then coming to stillness in the center. Feeling that left foot pushing in to the earth. Tightness in that left leg, nice tight core. This time bringing the right toe to the center. You may want to hold on to your balancing object here. And bending the knee, lifting the toe from the mat. And then extending the leg forward. Pointing and flexing that foot. And then doing the ankle rotation. Making a big circle. And then reversing that direction. Releasing the toe. And then pointing out to the side. To the back. And then bringing the foot back alongside the other foot. Bringing the weight onto the right leg. Bringing the toe of the left foot. And then lifting the knee. Pointing and flexing the foot. Maybe you can release here. Test yourself. It's all right if you fall out. That's your body working to maintain balance. Then doing that rotation with the ankle. Making that big circle with the toes. And then reversing the direction. And then bringing that foot back to the mat. Feeling all four corners of the feet. Pushing into the mat. Let's heel toe our feet out towards the edges of the mat. So heels come out, then toes, then heels, then toes. Now toes come inward, heels come inward, toes, heels, until both feet are touching Feel the inner thighs, inner knees squeezing together. And then heels come out. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. And then we come back in. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. And then bringing the feet together. Squeezing those inner thighs together. Pulling the knees towards each other. Feeling that strength in your legs. And then let's start to march. Just left, right, left, right. Just continue to march here. Bringing the weight onto one foot and then the other. And then marching to the front of your mat. And then marching to the back of your mat. Or if you're not on a mat, just 4 to 6 feet backwards. Trying to keep the gaze forward, but if you need to look down to help balance, that's understandable. So you feel your toes come off the mat and then reverse your direction. Until you feel the heels come off the mat and then come forward. One more time. Coming to the back of your mat. And then coming to stillness there. Bringing that weight onto the right foot. And then bringing that opposite foot so that the heel is right in front of the toes. So now we feel equal weight on both feet. Then bringing the weight onto that front foot, bending the knee slightly, and then bringing that back foot so that the heel comes right in front of the toes. Equal weight on both feet. Then bringing the weight onto the front foot, and then lifting the back foot. Heel comes to toe. Equal weight on both feet. Slight bend in the knees helps with the balance. Remembering to keep that nice tight core. Then stepping forward, bringing the weight onto the front foot. Heel comes to the toe. Equal weight on both feet. And then bringing the weight onto the front foot as the back foot lifts and comes directly in front of the front foot. Equal weight on both feet. Then bringing the weight onto the front foot as the back foot lifts. Heel toe. Now we'll reverse that direction and go backwards. So right now we feel equal weight on both feet. We're wobbling a little bit. That's our balance working. Balance is a thing, you either use it or lose it. You're working that part of the brain that helps maintain the balance. So now bringing that weight onto that back foot as the front foot steps backward so that the toes come to the heel. Equal weight on both feet here. Then bringing the weight onto the back foot as the front foot steps directly behind the back foot. Bringing the weight onto both feet. Then bringing the weight onto the back foot as the front foot steps behind. Once again, equal weight on both feet. Bringing the weight onto that back foot and then stepping behind the foot. Equal weight both feet. Bring the weight onto the back foot and then step behind. Both feet now pushing into the mat. Equal weight. And then release, bringing the feet beside each other. Take a big breath here. You've worked hard today, and I'm sure you've done a great job. As you inhale, lift the shoulders towards the ears, and then exhale, allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. Big inhale as the shoulders lift. Exhale. This time lifting the shoulders and then pulling the shoulders forward and then up towards the ears and then back behind. And then release the shoulders away from the ears, really pulling the fingertips towards the ground. Then shoulders come forward towards ears. Open that chest, pull those shoulder blades together, and then release the arms along the side. Shoulders forward towards the ears, towards the back, and then release. Now we'll reverse that direction. So the shoulders come towards the ears, then forwards, then release along the side, and then opening that chest, pulling those shoulder blades back towards each other, lifting the shoulders towards the ears, bringing the shoulders forward, and then releasing along the sides. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you feel more flexible and more balanced in your life. And I hope you can join me again very soon.